All right, we're making some catfish juglines, like this one here. But this is going to be a self-flagging. As you can hear, there's a weight in there. This will be a self-flagging noodle. It will lay flat like this until something bites it and pulls that weight down at the bottom, and then it's going to stand straight up and bob at you. Put a piece of reflective tape on it if you do any night fishing around here so you can see it. Anyway, easy to build. Let's show you how to do it. To build one noodle, you will need 2 feet of 1/2 inch PVC. I like the Schedule 20. I don't know if I've used Schedule 40. I like Schedule 20 simply because the weight slides in it better. Schedule 20 is thinner than Schedule 40, so you have a little bit bigger diameter and the weight slides easier. You'll need a 6-inch piece of rebar. That's 1/2 inch rebar. I tried 3/8, it's not heavy enough. So 1/2 inch rebar, 1/2 inch PVC, 6 inches here, 2 feet of PVC, 1 foot of a pool noodle, and this has the small hole. You'll find some that are a little bit bigger noodle that has a 3/4 inch hole. You want the hole that will be snug on that 1/2 inch pipe. So this is the smaller holed noodle. You might want to get one that's pretty bright. You can see it also. That's why I picked the lime green. You'll need for each noodle, you'll need a 3/16 eye bolt, 2 3/16 washers. You'll need a swivel to go on the end of it in case that fish goes crazy. You want it, instead of knotting your line up, you want it to be able to swivel. You'll need 2 caps, 2 1/2 inch caps, some PVC glue, 3/16 drill bit, and that's about it. Let's get after it. You need to drill a hole in one of the caps, and that is for the bolt. That is for the 3/16 bolt. All right, drilled a hole in it. I'm gonna put a washer on my bolt. I'm gonna start that bolt in the cap, and my drill bit is not 3/16. It's the size smaller than that. I think it's 11/32 maybe. Not really sure. Put another washer on the back side. Put the bolts on, the nut on, excuse me. Start screwing it down. Now before it gets too far down, I want to put some goop on it. I forgot to mention the goop. You're going to need something to seal that up. You don't want that hole leaking. So I just use something called goop. That's some good stuff for everything. Shoes falling apart, goop it. And I put a generous amount of goop on there. All right, we're gonna send it down on there. It's easier if you have a deep socket. And then tighten it up good and tight till that eye bolt is bottomed out tight. You're gonna have a lot of goop squeeze out. I just run it across there, just kind of smooth it out. You want that washer to be sealed completely. That is sealed. So we're gonna put that cap on. I've got some old glue. Put that cap on. Just hold it for about 5-10 seconds. All right, that's good. Now, we're gonna put our weight in. I'll tell you what, let's put the noodle on first. 1 foot of noodle. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. It goes on there fairly snug, which is what you want. We'll put the weight in there. You don't want to drop it down so hard that it knocks that cap off you just glued. So the weight is in it. You got 1 cap on this end, no cap on this end. Let's put a cap on that other end. Don't cap it until you've got a weight in it. I'm not using, some of you are going to be shouting right now, I'm not using primer. The reason being, this is not under pressure. You know, if you're laying some water line, whatever, then yes, you need to use a purple primer. This is not under pressure. It's plenty good, plenty good. So there's no risk of anything busting, in other words. All right, so there we've got one made up. That is ready to go. Let's put a swivel on it. This is a 1/0 swivel. I bought these at Amazon, but you can find them probably wherever you want to. So here's the finished product. You will tie whatever length of line you want to that swivel. It depends on the depth that you think the catfish are or where you're fishing. You could have 10, 12 feet of line on it. You could have 3 feet of line on it. The way this works, and this is a self-flagging, in other words, it's going to let you know you've got a fish on there. It will lay in the water like this. You're going to run make sure the noodle is all the way up to the top side. This is your top side. And then as it's laying there in the water, when a fish bites it and pulls on it, it's going to send that weight down at the bottom, and it's going to sit here like this, stand straight up looking at you. All right, check your state codes in Texas. You got to have your name on here, address, and I think phone number too. So somewhere on here we'll have name, address, phone number, and so that's what you do there. Again, whatever size line you want on there. Now, if you're going to bank fish, what you can do is on this top side, before you glue it, do the same thing you did to the bottom side. Drill it, put a eye bolt in it, like that, and then tie some line to it, some throw line to it, toss it out. Then, when you get a bite, if you've got that line, that throw line on it, then you can pull it in and you can use these from a bank. Most people use them from a boat. I'm just saying that's an opportunity if you don't have a boat to do some bank fishing, some jug fishing from the bank. All right. Then you'll tie a hook of your choice on there. The line just rolls right up on it. Roll the line up on it. And you will need to put a weight on it of some sort. I've just got a little split shot on it. Rolls up on it. Hook it to it. Now one thing I would suggest, and that's up here, and I didn't do it on this one. Up here, put some kind of glue on it, so when you slide that up, that will hold this noodle in place. Hold it right to where you want it. You want it pretty close to the top, so run the noodle all the way to the top. When the weight hits the bottom, it is just going to sit in the water like that. You can probably fit about a dozen of them in a bucket, 5-gallon bucket. So use your favorite knot. Tie enough line to the swivel where you think you want to be. Tie a clip on some kind of a weight. Split shot is fine. And then you'll put the hook on it, and you have got a setup. Self-flagging. It will let you know when you got a bite, when you got a fish on, or at least something hit it. It'll stand straight up in the water, flagging you down. Make you 1 or 20 or 50. All right. Hope that helps you. Good fishing. We're gone.